Third row right to Rob from the dispatch.
Austin, I asked him the same question. When you're game planning, watching film, how much is it every time, every week, coaches point out a special player on that side that you have to be particularly careful of or keep him in mind when either whether it's in running your route or how you're going to do what you do?
I'd say yeah. Every week, especially in the wideout room, we're always going over all the corners, all the safeties, and alley defenders, making sure that we game plan properly. Make sure we give all our respects to whoever our opponent is. So,
What's the best guys you've had to face? What makes them so good?
I would say, their coverage, how well they play, their movement, athletic ability. I'd say probably that way. Yeah.
Front row right, Austin from Lettermen Row.
Hey, Austin, Coach Hartline was talking about that. He wants guys to maybe have some frustration if you don't get the football. You guys want to catch it, score. I think that's part of being a wide receiver. How do you manage that with, when the offense is rolling, or if you only play 2 quarters, the numbers might not look great. What's the balance there?
I'd just say just trying to be, for me personally, just trying to be the leader I can. Make sure every time I'm out there, I'm maximizing my blocking, being open, even if the ball doesn't come my way. Everything I can do to look clean on film, the best thing I can do.
Do you get to, when you have one called back, like you did on Saturday, and the opportunities aren't going to come as frequently, how bad does that feel?
It sucks, but it's on film. It's the luck of the draw, but you can't just dwell over the the moment. So you just hope for your next one that comes. I can try and get in the end zone next time.
Second row right, Tony from the Ozone.
Austin, Ryan Day said touches for the receivers will be coming more and more as you guys play 4-quarter games. But what does it take to not get frustrated with maybe the lack of targets?
It's hard not to get frustrated. You especially for me being a last year guy, you're not going to come around many opportunities. But it's to stay humble. It's to know that Terry Lee only had 35 catches last year. It's to stay in your lane and make sure that it's a plan, it's a process, and to trust the plan. It's trying to believe in God's plan and just whatever happens, make sure I'm doing everything I can properly to be in that right spot in this season.
Fourth row right, Joe.
How important are your off-the-field activities, like redefining athletic standards? What does that mean to you? Why is that so important?
I'd say it's very important. It's a big passion of mine. We have done a lot of good things in the past year. For me personally, I've tried to eliminate a lot of distractions going into the season, knowing it's my last season. But I'm very involved, and I want to keep that up as part of my legacy when I leave here.
Front row right, Bill from the dispatch.
Ben Victor, you've been with him for years. Is he different this year in any way, on or off the field?
What you mean?
Just, as growth as a player, maybe
Yeah.
growth off the field as well?
I'd say the only thing I can see that's different from Ben, man, is just his demeanor. He's a lot more confident. He's playing like he should, and he's been very just confident about what he can do and his ability. And I know we can see on Saturdays how he's been playing.
And I asked Jonah this. You might not have been born when Nebraska won its last national championship. Is there still a mystique around them, around the Cornhuskers?
I say yes. It's a intimidating atmosphere. They're a good team. We had troubles with them last year. I obviously wasn't able to play, but we're taking this game very seriously, and they're a good opponent. So it's a Big Ten play.
Fourth row left, Andy from the Lantern.
Yeah, so when you see as a senior, when you see a freshman like Jamison Williams catch a ball and run like that, or when you see Garrett Wilson make a service catch like he did, what went through your mind in those moments?
I was ecstatic. I was extremely happy for them guys. To give a quick story about JMO, he always says to us in the room, he's like, if I can catch a ball, I'm going to take it to the house every time. And we'll laugh, like all you guys are laughing, but he really did. And it was you could see us on the sideline. We were extremely happy for him. And it's cool just to see these young guys get some time and be able to get, be successful. So it's great.
Third row left, Dan from 11 Warriors.
Austin, what do you view as your role in terms of working with guys like Garrett and Jameson and helping them continue to develop?
I'd say number one, just let them know what the standard is, especially for zone 6 and especially for wideouts, being able to prepare well for each and every week, what that looks like, how to practice and play at a high level, and ultimately just make sure I stay on them. You know, anytime they slack or anything, if there's something, I'm always there trying to coach them up. I have a different eye than what Coach Hartland has, so just trying to be like that.
When you see what a guy like Terry McLaurin's done in the NFL the last few weeks, how motivational is that for you, knowing that you're kind of following his footsteps here?
I mean, it's great, man. It's just testimony. He's a guy that's works really hard every single week, and for him to go through his struggles and go through his time he did here and see that and now see the success he's doing in the NFL, I'm extremely happy, and I know that in due time, hopefully I can go that same path.
Far left, Lori from 610 WTVN.
I'm just curious, Austin, when you do have a touchdown like that called back, do you get the Buckeye leaf or whatever other reward you would get for that touchdown, even despite the fact that it was taken off the board?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't know how we get leaves, honestly, but I don't think that one counted, so probably not.
Front row left, Nathan from Cleveland.com.
Yeah, not to jinx anything, but no interceptions yet for Justin this season. I was wondering, from your perspective, do you see that just because of his accuracy, or are you seeing him from a decision-making standpoint that he's not maybe taking some risks and that's helping keep him unintercepted?
Yeah, I'd say one, the game plan. We've done a really good job of being able to, make it pretty simple for him, especially as wideouts getting open for him. And then I'd also say, like, he hasn't made a lot of tough throws, which is great on his part. He doesn't want to risk it too many times. And I think he's been very mature on knowing when he needs to force a throw and when he doesn't. He can run, so he can take off and run. Dwayne didn't have that ability too much, but it's cool. It's cool to see how he can, a guy like him. He's very mature, and he's really good at making pretty good decisions.
He really hasn't had his back against the wall. I guess really the whole offense hasn't, I suppose, through these first 4 games. When you guys did those scenarios in practice, what impressed you about him, or did he impress you in those situations?
Just his demeanor. Even if it's tough situations, if we don't complete the pass or we don't get the third down, he's still, in the huddle, making sure that guys are up on tempo, making sure that they're ready to move the ball, and we're still ready to get the next set ready and go. So I'm excited to see how he looks going into, Nebraska, going into these bigger games down the road.
And final question, second row left, Ari from The Athletic.
Austin, do you lose your mind when you get a touchdown call back? Like, what's going on in your head?
I was actually pretty excited, and then when I turned and I seen there, KJ was like, Mac, we got a flag. I said, oh, my goodness. It sucks, but, you just hope you can get another one, come your way.
Austin, you mentioned that Terry only had 35 receptions last year, and you kind of said it in a way that, like, you don't need to have 100 receptions to get drafted or have a future. But you obviously are in your final year right now, and you're in a situation where every catch, every play, every touchdown like that is going to matter, right? Is that something that you're thinking about a lot? And how do you just maintain a mindset of, like, things can still work out when something like that happens in the callback?
Yeah, I'd say ultimately I'm at Ohio State, so I have the platform. It just takes, a Noah Brown game, for instance. It just takes one moment, one game for you to change your career, because we do have that platform. But at the end of the day, it's what is my role? How can I make sure that, as a leader, as a blocker, as a guy who's, backside, if the ball's on the right side, throw the bin, am I always open? As long as I look clean as I can be on film, I know ultimately my potential, and even if the stats don't look as good as they do, I know I can bet on myself, hopefully, that I'll get a chance in the next level.
4 touchdowns in Nebraska this weekend?
I'm not going to say that, but, hopefully. I wish. So
Austin, thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and we got Buckeye IQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.